What if this is one of those moments I look back on for the rest of my life as like,
all right, everyone
that I never came back from?
No, this is going to be great.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 chaotic Pedro Pascal interviews.
You know, it just turns into this kind of language, and, you know, as...
For this list, we'll be looking at the wildest interviews with the charming Chilean-American thespian and total goofball. What Pedro interview gets you giggling? Let us know in the comments. Number 10. Interviewing Willem Dafoe on Inside the Actors Studio. What's better than an interview with Pedro Pascal?
Hey, Pedro.
Hi, Willem.
I just saw Pedro last night on Broadway in King Lear. He was great.
Yeah, tell them about it.
An interview with Pedro Pascal as the interviewer. On this 2019 episode of Inside the Actors Studio, he sat down with the incredibly talented Willem Dafoe, going over his prolific career and showering him with praise.
In the beginning, all you want to do is work.
Yeah, no, when I moved to New York at 18, I was like, I've got to go to New York, I got to be in a Woody Allen movie. You know what I mean? And then you learn.
This is definitely the most chill interview on our list.
The best way into inhabiting a character is finding that kind of engagement and that dedication to the actions.
Aside from some hearty laughs, Pedro managed to contain his inner fanboy and focus on discussing the craft.
And I laughed. And it went like that. He turned around, he heard the laugh, and he said, "Willem, step out." And that was it. Yeah.
Though we could see him totally freaking out meeting Dafoe when the two worked together on 2016's The Great Wall. Petition for Pedro to host his own talk show, please. Number 9. Jenga Champion. By now, Pedro Pascal fans know this man is just a big child, so we're not surprised he loves a good game of Jenga.
Describe the sensation of walking on to the set of Game of Thrones dressed as Oberyn for the first time.
Holy crap. I'm on Game of Thrones.
This fun VH1 interview took place while the actor was on the rise, having just played the seductive and flamboyant Oberyn Martell on the 4th season of Game of Thrones.
I just want to say this has been the most fun interview of my life.
Has it really?
This has been a blast.
I'm with
You're
you.
holding my
But
hand
guess
while I
what?
do this?
I'm also not going to let you use this.
Oh no!
After his bold performance as the Red Viper, people were not expecting him to be silly and energetic. And, spoiler alert, he wins.
Oh shit! It happened! Ah!
It's hard not to smile watching Pedro play around and casually make a mess of Jenga pieces. Number 8. Singing and drinking with Taron Egerton. Pedro Pascal is notoriously fun in interviews on his own, but pair him with, well, just about anyone, and he really lets loose.
Okay, I'm quite partial to a Long Island iced tea at the moment, but I know,
joking?
I know, but
wait, who's making Long Island iced tea?
While promoting their film Kingsman: The Golden Circle, Pedro and his co-star Taron Egerton shared some drinks, laughs, and a mini karaoke sesh.
Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things. Let's talk about sex.
He makes a seamless transition from singing Salt and Peppa to showing concern for Taron's drink choices, imparting some sage advice.
It's the size of an iced tea, and it looks like tea because it's literally every single alcohol.
With his magnetic personality and penchant for playfulness, Pedro always gives off party vibes. But this interview shows just how down he is to party, and willing to suffer the consequences.
And then I moved on to just spirits because I didn't like to mix at all. I like whiskey. Cheers.
Look at that. Very nice. You're quite rock and roll, right?
Number 7. Pedro shows off his essentials. We'd like to officially thank GQ for providing us fantastic Pedro Pascal content over the years. In 2019, he sat down with them for a discussion about his iconic roles.
Even if there were scenes that take place in Texas or Miami or something like that, we found locations all around Colombia or in Panama.
But it was this Essentials interview from 2018 that really had us laughing and swooning. The actor wasn't quite the household name at this point in time unless you were a Game of Thrones fan.
I will put scripts in here, watch something on Netflix. I will read articles in here, Buy something on iTunes.
Pedro instantly comes off as relatable and down to earth, showcasing his affection for the simple things in life like black coffee and Captain Crunch.
And it doesn't taste like, what is this taste? Like a caramel, popcorn, childhood, butter, a mother's loving embrace.
The enthusiasm and glee with each of these everyday items, including his death-themed reading material, made him all the more endearing. Just a preview of the years of hilarious interviews that would follow.
Bling, 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 bling. What time is it?
Number 6. Swishing through the apocalypse. It's hard to choose just one interview with Pedro Pascal and Bella Ramsey because these co-stars have incredible chemistry.
The last meal I ate proudly was toast.
Within minutes, they have each other giggling, a huge contrast to what we see with Joel and Ellie in HBO's The Last of Us. This one-on-one interview shows how Bella's maturity and Pedro's inner child perfectly mesh, and their genuine care and admiration for each other make this exchange all the more enjoyable.
What item from the Game of Thrones world would you bring to The Last of Us?
I really loved my robe.
They discuss wearing their Game of Thrones wardrobe in the apocalypse, and while Bella wisely chooses armor, Pedro doesn't hesitate to pick Oberyn's gorgeous robe, which leads to their uncontrollable laughter.
I think that would be good in the apocalypse.
Swish my way through it. Exactly, distraction.
Number 5. Stir Crazy with Josh Horowitz. Ahead of the Wonder Woman 1984 premiere in December 2020, Josh Horowitz gave us one of our favorite Pedro interviews. The lively video chat is full of fun facts about the star, a few innuendos, and his thoughts on being rightfully named one of people's sexiest men alive.
I'm right there next to Dr. Anthony Fauci. You know, he's got the looks, I've got the mind.
We learn his favorite 80s song and his ideal location for a Mando tattoo.
Would you rather get "This is the way" tattooed on your face or your back?
I'll take it on my back.
Okay. Yeah, that might limit your roles if you have it on your face.
And on my back might be a completely different message as well.
He's also pretty knowledgeable when it comes to, adult film trivia. Pedro delivered an impressive Beetlejuice impression, and we're not saying there should be a remake.
I've seen The Exorcist about 117 times!
But if there was, well, he's clearly the guy to play a character who's the embodiment of total chaos.
You are Beetlejuice.
Yeah, baby.
You killed it.
Number 4. His The Earliest Show interview. During his Narcos era, Pedro appeared on this hilarious Funny or Die web series for a brief but memorable segment. The mostly improvised show starred comedy actors Ben Schwartz and Lauren Lapkus as morning talk show hosts Josh Bath and Sam Newman.
Pedro Pascal! Oh, hey!
Pedro's greeted with an awkward yet enthusiastic hug and receives multiple creative high fives.
So we're gonna be all right.
Give me 5.
Give me up. Give me middle. Get in between.
Come all the way up.
We've heard him laugh enough times to know that Josh/Ben pulled some genuine chuckles out of him. But it's his classic spit take reaction to Mark that stole the show and derailed an already zany interview.
There's
And you tell me
barely
that...
any water in this.
Mark!
We're in a drought, so the climate change is real.
Well,
You all right? You all right?
Did you notice he wasn't asked any questions? Number 3. Vanity Fair lie detector test. Okay, if you want to see Pedro Pascal at his funniest, most charismatic, unabashedly giddy self, then this is the interview for you.
I'm a bigger daddy than him. I'm older than him. Although he's a real daddy, he's got kids and I don't. But daddy is a state of mind.
While hooked up to a polygraph machine, he's faced with some hard questions. But it quickly becomes more and more revealing as it goes on.
Have you ever called Grogu Baby Yoda?
Yes! But never on camera.
He's telling the truth.
Pedro's uncontrollable laughter after admitting he looks up thirsty Stan accounts dedicated to him is downright adorable.
Do you ever look at Instagram accounts devoted to you being a heartthrob when you're feeling down?
Yes, I do.
And we know the people administering the test had to be struggling to stay in character.
What's your favorite account?
It's called Pedro Pascal Fan Account.
After a hilarious interview like this, it's impossible not to love Mr. Pascal. Number 2. Facebook Live interview with Boyd Holbrook. Ahead of the Netflix series' second season, Narcos stars Pedro Pascal and Boyd Holbrook stopped by Facebook studios for a little Q&A.
He does like a very, I don't really know if you speak French or not, but you can really bullshit.
Il est extrêmement difficile de converser avec toi. So then maybe, but that's it, that's it.
It starts out normal enough with some icebreakers, but about halfway through, things really go off the rails.
Boiling in here.
They turn off the air so that it doesn't make any noise.
Jesus
and so that we start sweating and panicking and dying on camera.
Poor Boyd is going through it in the seemingly sweltering studio while Pedro gradually reaches peak chaotic energy. He even tries to put himself in check, but we know that his usual mischievousness can only be contained for so long.
Don't do drugs.
Nope.
Without me.
And if you give him props, well, expect some slapstick comedy from this professional goofball.
God, it feels good.
It does, right?
Oh, yeah.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. We Can Be Heroes interview with Guppy. This adorable convo with his young co-star further proves he's the ultimate girl dad.
Is it true that you fight crime in your spare time?
Absolutely. Don't you?
Yep. I'm a brown belt in Taekwondo now.
Wow. Oh my gosh. So, okay, me and you, fighting crime in our spare time. In our spare time, when we're not working, of course.
Spanglish slang. A very animated Spanglish lesson.
He's looking at me and he comes, I say, why don't you come over here? And then he comes over and so I just look at him and I gave a wakala.
Confirming his daddy status. Pedro's not like a regular daddy, he's a cool daddy.
How you doing, Daddy?
I'm all right, Mama.
You know you're the daddy of the internet, right?
I call Pedro Pascal a dilf and think he's my cool, slutty father.
Describing the Red Viper's sex-themed funeral celebration. Where does Oberyn Martell end and Pedro Pascal begin?
Nobody can wear black. It has to be colors. You can wear black if it's a bikini or a Speedo.
Kingsman Press with Halle Berry. Pedro bares his teeth in this one.
She gets real bored when I start to talk about this stuff, but it's the truth. I was in awe. I am.
Seriously, everyone's been saying that. Like, everyone's been saying that.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Wired interview with his BFF. Having celebrated actors Pedro Pascal and Oscar Isaac in the same room is guaranteed entertainment, and nothing proves that more than this iconic Wired interview.
I remember who you look like.
Who's that?
That Muppet I told you about.
What Muppet?
The grumpy eagle.
As these off-Broadway besties made their rounds promoting their film Triple Frontier in 2019, the chaotic duo delighted fans with this non-stop giggle fest.
Can Oscar Isaac sing? Debatable. Debatable. You're an incredible singer, and he finds the opportunity to do it.
I inflict it on people whenever I can.
The longtime pals affectionately roasted each other in between wet willies, playful jabs, and endless laughs.
He's not nice. He's not very nice. He portrays himself to be very nice.
Since this interview, Pedro and Oscar have continued gifting us more examples of their brotherly bond and impeccable chemistry. Someone put these two in a buddy comedy already.
This is powerful facial. This is facial hair. This looks like you're undernourished.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.